Now we're on to the final project, which is this wood panel. I believe it is an 8x8 panel. I had previously used it for a couple things and just didn't really like how it turned out, so I covered it up with this deli paper, and we are going to collage over it as the base of our painting. So I have this Liquitex heavy gel medium. I think it's either called heavy gel or like thick matte medium. I got it on super clearance from Hobby Lobby. It was like $2. So I bought a couple of them, and I am just using it to stick my papers on. I'm using this instead of the fluid matte medium because it, you know, is thicker and heavier, so it is going to be stronger for those thicker pages, and gonna work better for this it's kind of an uneven textured surface because of the painting that's underneath and the deli paper, so it just holds everything a little bit better than a fluid medium. So again, I'm just taking some various collage papers, just like with the journal spread, and gluing them on to the panel. So now I'm taking my gesso and just the same as before, going over it using the texture tool, the back of the texture tool, just going over everything to cover it and make it a good surface to grab some paint. One thing that I will say is that I used some pieces of coffee dyed paper, and the coffee, so it's instant coffee, and it's obviously not going to be permanent, right, because it's coffee. So the it kind of comes through the gesso and through the paint a little bit more than I would have liked. So that's something that I kind of wish I could go back and change. So now I'm going to use the charcoal pencil to sketch this flower. So this is going to be, you know, the flower is going to be our sole, you know, focal point. We're not going to do like a bunch of flowers. It's just going to be one big one on this wood panel. So I'm going through, I'm sketching it out, and then we're going to use the same process that we did for the journal spread with the pastels and the acrylics. So I kind of wanted to just take everything that we had done throughout the class and kind of build it into this final piece. And that's kind of what journaling is supposed to be all about. Art journaling is to practice, you know, the things that we are learning, or try out the different things that maybe we have an idea to do, to try it out in one place that has no pressure, because it's just our journal, before we move on to maybe a big final piece, even if it's not big. Obviously, like, this isn't a giant canvas, but it is something that seems more permanent, I guess. So I hope that makes sense, that, you know, the whole purpose of, you know, the altered book and, you know, the art journal is to practice and figure out all the techniques that we want to use, and, you know, move on to a bigger piece. And that's not always the case. You know, I don't do everything that I do in an art journal and then transform it into something that is, you know, something that you can hang on a wall. A lot of times I simply just enjoy playing in my journal. But, you know, for something like florals, I find that, you know, a journal is a safe place to practice before you move on, if you so choose, to something like this. So again, I'm just going through with my pastels now, and I'm coloring in, you know, the petals and the lines that we made. And in the next video we will start painting.